Hiya, everybody, in the world of YouTube. And what I'm going to do this morning, because it's the 1st of March 2022, I'm going to do a little sun's out, and I've been all around the place trying to avoid the glare, and this is the best spot. But anyway, I'm going to do a little card reading just for the energy. But what I'll do at the end is, if you stay to the end, I'll pick 3 cards. Then you pick either 1, 2, 3, and then I will reveal your cards. So, right, for this, we're just going to get the general energy for everything for March next year. This is the Akashic Tarot by, who's it by? A minute to get the box. Sharon Ann Kingler and Sandra Ann Taylor. That's the book. That's the Akashic Tarot I'm reading from today. I haven't read from this for a while and thought, you know what, it's coming out to it. So yeah, so here we go. General for March. Right, we're just going to go from the top. So here we are. Just put some cards down. So the first card we have got is Winged Messengers. Now, with this card, you see that there's an angel up there, and it's the 2 of Roses, which is really quite good, because last month we had all the 2s in a row. We had the 22nd of the 2nd, 2022. So that was kind of a good master number. With this card, I'm feeling like there's going to be a whole lot of new, although I want to hear it, revolutions. Revolution? No, that's the wrong word. Revelations coming out this month. As you can see up here, you can see it, that wee bird has got a letter, and so is that little bird. It's almost like Harry Potter and the owls taking the messages here, there, and everywhere. There are going to be more revelations coming out, not necessarily close to home, or close to where you live, because the house is quite in the background. I think it will be more nature orientated this month. I know there's the whole Russia Ukraine thing going on, but I think that nature and revelations, and yeah, there's going to be a revolution coming out. But then that's what I'm picking up for that card. So there is going to be messages out there coming forward, whether it be, if you're quite spiritual and things like that, it's going to be in a download. You're going to go to bed thinking one thing, wake up and go, aha, I have it, I got it. So that's like the first card there. The second card is the 5 of Keys, which is wishes fulfilled. So as I said, with the revelations, I keep on going to say revolution. There might be a revolution if I keep on going to say it, but anyway, that's the point. With the 5 of Keys, all your wishes, the table's laden with food. So there's plenty of abundance out there for us all at the minute. We've just got to tap in and maybe, think maybe outside of the box, to try and get into the abundance and things. This is where this card may be coming into play. The messages that you're getting are going to be stronger and more hard hitting, but there is abundance and things out there. Sometimes we've just got to look that little bit harder to find it. Also, gratitude is a good thing to start. But anyway, card number 3, the willow. So we've got the 2 of Roses. Now, with willow trees, they are associated with the element of water, and with water brings emotions. So there will be, really, really sorry, there will be a lot of high emotions running this month, but not so much to do with the whole other things that's going on. I think that the emotions are going to be closer to home. I'm feeling like they're going to be closer to home, not so far away. So there will be emotions around all of this, whether it's a feeling down or anything like that. But just remember as well that that little willow tree has got a whole heap of colours behind it. So it's sending out healing energy. So it might be the case of this month you need to tap into a bit more healing energy than you have done previously. But there we are. But just remember, in order for you to see the light, you've got to have dark. So, you know, your light can then shine its little candle, or its little light. You know, you light up somebody else's day, and then in turn, because you've done that, that little act might end up spiraling and see that. Yeah, you know what I mean? It could start a little like a snowball effect. One little act could spiral into a bigger act. You know what I mean? And then, yeah, makes you feel happier at the end of the day. So that is the reading for the energy of March. There is going to be quite a lot going on. You know, I'm looking at that now and seeing the keys, and just go the keys to your castle. So I don't know if anybody's going to be watching this and thinking about moving house and things like that. But it would be a good time to move house, spring, you know, seeing as we're in spring now. But anyway, yeah, so the abundance it's going to be, it is there. You're just going to have to look a bit harder. There may be some energetic downloads. Other than that, there are important messages out there that you really need to pay attention to. Just like Harry Potter did with his little owl. He really needed to pay attention to the messages in his owl, and there'll be quite high emotions. But just remember as well, as I said before, you can't see the light. There isn't any dark. Anyway, that's the cards. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to shuffle the deck, and then I'm going to pick 3 cards at random. So then you can either pick the number 1, or the number 2, or the number 3. So just going to shuffle. These are quite big cards for my tiny hand. Whoever thought about making these tarot cards the same size as oracles? But never mind. Such is life, right? For the collective, 3 cards. So we have number 1, number 2, and number 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you them individually, so we don't get confused. So here we have a number 1. That's number 1. And here we have a number 2. And here we have number 3. Yes, there. So I'll show you them again, and then I'll read them. So if you want to pause this at any point and think, what card do I need for today? And is it number 1, number 2? Yeah, I showed you what that was there. Or number 3. Right, so if you want to hit pause now and just think about it, because I'm going to reveal them. So card number 1 is called the Fated Meeting. I can see it properly. 2 wee people standing at a clock tower there. So what I feel with this card, if you picked card 1, that there is things moving on in your life at the moment. And there is going to be, just like the card says, there'll be a meeting that will spark something else. Whether it's, you know, a new love or a new passion that you want to do. You know, if you've thought about something like, say, drawing for a while, and you've never really thought about it further than, oh, I quite like drawing. Well, this meeting is going to spark something deep inside that's going to go, well, actually, although I quite like drawing, I've never actually done drawing for a while. I think I'll start. you know, and do that. Or it could be along the lines of, you know, like a business meeting. You know, you hadn't planned for the business meeting, but it's going ahead, and there's something good going to come out of the end of it. It is a fated meeting. Especially, I'm getting drawn to the clock tower, and the clock tower, if you see it, is actually saying 12. So if it's around the noon time, it doesn't matter where you stay. I'm in the UK, so I mean, it doesn't matter if it's like noontime UK or if you stay abroad, it's noontime. But if it's around, if this meeting is held around the noon and in the afternoon, on or around about 12 noonish, just pay attention to it. There is things in there that you really need to pay attention to. So that's card number 1. So stay tuned. There we go. And now we're going to go to card number 2. So card number 2, funnily enough, is the Two of Forces again, which is the Will. Right. This time though, although, you know, it is quite an emotional card and things like that, I'm getting a sense, oh, you know, you've been through the rough bit. There isn't like, there may be another rough bit still to come, because if you see here, going there where the stream's going, there's like a little, don't know what you call it, little ridge. You know, the streams come trundling down over the little ridge, and then it's quite still. So there is, you know, there always will be bumps in the road. It's how you handle them that's important. If you're like the wee willow tree, you know, and just take everything in its stride, it just sits there, shading everybody from the sunlight, sending out all its healing goodness. So yeah, if you're like that little tree, you know, and you're watching the stream and you just watch everything happen. I mean, everything happens for a reason. There's always a lesson behind it. It doesn't matter. But you'll be getting over the humpy bumpy bit soon. You know, and you will see, it's like the lights behind, you will see the light at the end of the tunnel. You know, you're maybe not quite there yet, but it is there and you can see it. So you are moving in the right direction step by step. I was watching something the other day, totally unrelated. Well, it might be actually related to this. And they were going on about a story, and how the story that these people, don't think it was people, I think it was actually animals, but that's a side point. We'll just use people for this one. They were standing, you know, in the forest, and they're like, I can't see my way forward. And one person went to the other one, look down, can you see your next step? And the person went, yeah. It's like, well, just concentrate on seeing, putting one foot in front of the other. You know, you don't have to see your full path laid out all before you, all shiny and not with any twists and turns and everything. As long as you can see your next step that you're taking, everything's fine. You know, you don't have to worry about the future. That's away in the future. You don't have to stress about that. You just go, there's my next step. There's my next step. And take it slow. You know, there's no rush. It's not a sprint we're in. It's a marathon, so slow things down. Slow. Anyway, that was card number 2. Card number 3 is the Muse. Anyway, that's card number 3. Here is the Muse. Now, what she's saying is you have to take things easy this month. You know, sit back, smell the roses, or smell the flowers. You know, enjoy the stories that are unfolding around you, not necessarily what you're hearing in the news, but enjoy the goodness of, you know, the people supporting other people in need. There's a lot of that going on just now. A lot of people have stepped up to help the Ukrainians and, you know, other people in need. I mean, it happens all the time. Loads of people always step up, you know what I mean, to help other people, and it goes unnoticed because of all the the bad stuff that's happening. The bad stuff makes better news than Johnny down the road has helped, I don't know, Bob out with his shopping. You know, focus on the good stories instead of focusing on the bad things that are happening just now. Because sometimes, isn't it, a society, we get too caught up in all the drama and, you know, all the bad stories and oh my God, but they forget about the good stuff that's actually happening. You know, you can't have one without the other. You can't have good without bad, and you can't have bad without good. You can't have light without dark. You know, just as I said here, you know, you've got to have one, you've got to have both to bring some balance. Bang the table. But anyway, but yeah, that's what I'm feeling for you for card 3 is you need to stop getting all drawn in with all the drama. It's not doing you any good. It's not doing the planet any good, because what they're reckoning is the whole lot of fear and stuff out there. It makes the energy then heavy. What we're needing to do is send more love out rather than fear to lift the energy of places. So yeah, so look for the good stories. Stop and smell the roses. Get away from the fear-based society. So that was card number 3. Anyway, that is me for today. I will be popping out another video as well on the Aquarian Tarot. I'm not done that yet. A wee walkthrough of this wee tattered thing. But anyway, I will go through that. I hope you have a lovely day wherever you are, wherever you're watching. But yeah, peace and love to you all.